If you want ideas on how to make a living in the country, tips for buying land, and how to utilize that land to generate income, well then you've come to the right place, so stay tuned. Today I've been joined by Mike Wiles, who's from the YouTube channel AskTractorMike.com. Mike, we seem to be seeing more and more people moving to the country.
And that was going on before COVID, but it seemed like the COVID thing sped it up.
What are some of the kind of side hustles that you see people doing in the country?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. If you think outside of the box, when you own land, there's a lot of careers or side hustle type things you can do to put the property to making money for you. I don't think you'll ever really do it with agriculture. It's tough to make a living in agriculture. When I was a kid, our area had a lot of 80 to 100 cow dairy farms, and they were profitable for a family and help raise kids and put them through college. And today, if you've got any less than probably a 3,500 cow dairy, you're not making any money. So agriculture has gotten bigger and gotten to be fewer farmers and bigger controlling the land. And it's hard to compete with them. Having said that, let's say you want to do organic farming, or you want to do the kind of farming where you sell at the farmer's market, or maybe you want to sell the agriculture experience where people come to your place and do hay rides or pick pumpkins in the pumpkin patch, or maybe you have a wedding chapel where you have weddings out there on the farm. A lot of people will pay to have a farm experience, and you can make probably way more money off the experience than you can off the farming. But you kind of got to have at least a show farm, and if it can pay some of the bills, and then you charge for the farm experience, I think you've got a winner there.
Wouldn't livestock be something that people could do?
Of course, you could always raise cattle or goats or sheep or something like that, but all of that stuff, vegetable farming or truck farming and cattle and sheep and everything, there's way more work to that than most people realize. My experience with having cattle as a kid growing up is you're sitting down to watch the Super Bowl and you've got a cow having a calf that's not coming out right. You've got to get out there. It won't wait for the Super Bowl to be over. So there's challenges that go with that lifestyle, but there's a lot of folks that can put their land to some use, fee hunting or something like that, or if you have water, fee fishing or anything, or maybe you want to rent the land out to a local farmer, let the local farmer bale hay on it and give you a percentage of the profit. All that stuff can come into play and help you utilize the land and make a little bit of money off of it. But sheer agriculture, doing row crops or any of that stuff, it takes a little bit of size to be able to justify the input costs on that, and I don't think that's a great way to go.
All of these property ideas are based on zoning laws, and if you don't understand what zoning laws are, if you're in an area that has zoning, that means that they have specific things that you can do on different plats of property. If you're in an area that doesn't have zoning, you're pretty much free to do whatever you want. I live in an area without zoning, so I could pretty much do anything I want in terms of any of the ideas that Mike was talking about. That's the good news. The bad news is your next door neighbor could end up starting a junkyard. I don't know that people always understand the cost of the equipment that's necessary in order to maintain acreage in the country.
They move to the country and they try to maintain their little property with a Craftsman mower. About a year into it, the thing blows up, and then they're a candidate for a compact tractor, and then we get to talk to them. So I think it's a good trend. I like to have a lot of neighbors in the country that are from the city, and I love teaching them how to operate their equipment and how to be safe with it too.
And on that subject, if anybody's looking to buy a tractor now, Mike wrote a book called The Insider's Guide to Purchasing a Tractor. I'll put a link to it down below. It's an ebook that you can download.